ẹ̀yin wa ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ jùmọ̀ kọ orin ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àwa ni ògo adúláwọ̀. Good morning, good evening, good night. Well, I don't know where you are. It depends on what time you are, where you are. In London, it's good morning. Actually, 2 a.m. in London. If you're in New York or somewhere in America, you might be looking about 9:15, 9:30. If you're in Nigeria, Yorubaland, you might be looking at about 2 o'clock in the middle of the night as well. But it doesn't matter. The world has become a global village where everything can be done anytime and it doesn't really matter anymore. Before, we used to look for prime time to do this kind of a program because my guest today is a very, 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 I can go with the very, very merry-go-round for the next hour and I will not fault myself. He has done and proved himself so much in terms of security and humanity for his loved people. I want to thank the people in the Big Apple or in the Small Apple or in the Middle Apple who are joining straight away from America. I want to thank you all. And I want to thank everybody on Facebook as well, even though I haven't cross-posted to all the other pages we have. But it doesn't matter what time because people can actually go back and watch this program later on. Today or tonight, I will be speaking to Dr. Chief Akib Abiola. But before I show his face, I want to tell you there's an international conference coming up in the next few days, actually Thursday, the 1st of July 2021 in Washington, D.C. We will be talking about this conference, how this conference come to buy, what happened, how did they manage to pull this kind of conference together, and what are we expecting? What is the outcome? Why was this conference scheduled? Especially looking at the painstaking effort that these people put themselves through before they can pull this kind of a conference together. Let me bring my guest in and then we can start the interview. Please remember to share the program for me. Good evening, Daddy.
Good evening, my brother. Last, how are you?
At last, we managed. Yes. We managed. I thank God, sir. I thank God. And you?
I'm doing great.
It looks like a mammon tax before originally, but later on we find out it's not something impossible because of your antecedent, what you've done in the past, what you managed to pull in the past. Before we go on, can you please introduce yourself fully, elaborately, so that people will know that you have authority to do what you're doing, sir? Introduction, sir.
Thank you very much. As you said, my name is Chief Akib Abiola. I reside in the U.S. I've been in the U.S. for 45 years. And I've worked with different levels of the government in the U.S., from the local government all the way to the federal government. And I've also worked in many industries, especially the banking industry, and own my own company. And in the past, I've been always been passionate about Nigeria, especially the Yoruba people, my race. In 1993, when Babangida annulled the election of Chief MKO Abiola, I was very, very disturbed. I was very angry because the reason they gave to me was not a good reason. You cannot annul an election that everybody said was free and fair, one of the best elections in the history of Nigeria, and one man, General Joseph, where is going to annul it because the winner was a Yoruba man. I felt insulted, and I felt the man, Babangida, insulted my race. So I went into action immediately. When that happened, I pick up the phone, called Chief MKO Abiola, which I had access to him, and I said, "They are not going to get away with this." And he said, "What do you mean?" I said, "They are not going to get away with it." So I immediately connected him, had his first interview on the day of the announcement of the annulment. I was the one who arranged the interview, and also connected Beko Kuti after we spoke to MKO, and then Beko spoke to the interviewer, and that was the beginning of the struggle, the June 12th movement, and we laid out a very good plan to make sure that his mandate will be returned to him. Unfortunately, towards the end, it did not happen. But at the end, we got something out of it. You know, we restored democracy to Nigeria. We kick out the military people, and but the democracy that we were able to install through that fight is in jeopardy today because the current government has no respect for human rights, has no respect for the people that they govern, and they treat them like trash. They treat cows better than human beings, and that's why I got involved. I'm a retired man, and a lot of people say, "Why are you doing this at your age?" I said, "Look, this is my life. You know, when I see injustice, I cannot sleep. I cannot stay calm and do nothing. And what I've seen now is injustice. And what just happened this week, you know, has brought the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu has brought Nigeria closer to when at the brink of a civil war. And this time, if care is not taken, what happened in Rwanda will be a child's play. So we have to do something. So the conference that's coming up on Thursday could not have come at a better time because this government continued to make mistakes upon mistakes, missteps, and doing things, and they're pushing people. They're pushing the people, and they're pushing the people to the point that they're ready to act. And I don't know who's advising Buhari, but whoever is advising him, they don't have anything upstairs because this was not the time to arrest Nnamdi Kanu. This is the time to be looking for amicable solution. You have a crisis, for God's sake. You can see there's a crisis in your country, but you are behaving as if you don't even know what's going on. People are being killed every day. There's no one single day in Nigeria that somebody is not killed. And then instead of looking for a solution, then you went and get somebody who's advocating for self-determination for his people. That is the fundamental right for every human being to for self-determination. Whether they get it or not is a different thing, but it has the right to advocate for self-determination for its people. It has the right to say, stop killing my people. It has the right to say, if you kill my people, I'll kill your people. There's no difference between the life of another tribe or another human being and another person. Every human life is precious, and the government continue to pay no attention to the killings. I mean, it's unbelievable. Every day you wake up, you read any story you read about Nigeria is sad news. Killings upon killings, kidnappings. Kidnappings have become a business, and they now have a negotiator. Probably get what's his name, the Sheikh.
Gumi.
He's probably getting a commission, because if the Sheikh can find out where these bandits are and can lead the government there to pay them, why can't they arrest them? And the reason is that they are using that money to buy ammunition so that they can continue to oppress the rest of the country. And we must put a stop to it. And the stop is coming, I can guarantee you.
Thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate that you're full, like I said, elaborate. But that comes out with so many questions in between. Number one, your name, Dr. Shiv Akib Abiola. Are you related to Moshood Abiola in any way, sir?
No, we are not related. In fact, a lot of people ask that question all the time. Actually, the man was he treated me like his own brother, and he used to introduce me to people. This is my brother, but he's from Abeokuta. I'm from Ijebu. So we are not related by blood, but we were very close.
You're related by name.
And yeah, we have the same name. And I'm very close to most of his children, and most of them calls me uncle, and I call them my nieces, my niece, my nephew. But I'm very close to some of his children and some of his wives, and but we are not related by blood.
Okay, so the election that was annulled by General Sani Abacha, sorry. Right.
Brian Babangida.
Babangida, yes. The election that was annulled by Babangida, you were in America at that time, were you?
Yes, I was in the US at the time. Yes.
And Nadeko actually started from the US.
We started what manifested to Nadeko in the US. What happened after the annulment? Nadeko came after our own organization, which was Nigerian Democratic Movement, NDM. What happened on the day of the annulment? I went on the radio. I had access to radio stations in the US. I had friends who were radio hosts like you. And then I went on that radio station that night, and I condemned the annulment, and I asked Nigerians and friends of Nigerians in Washington, D.C. to meet, so that we should meet at the front of the White House. There's a park in front of the White House. The following Saturday, which is about 3 days later, and then that, we can discuss what needs to be done. I was surprised the number of people that showed up. There were so many people who showed up. And then after that impromptu meeting, and then we decided that we'll have a follow-up meeting, and then at the next meeting, which was held at International House of Prayer in Washington, in Maryland, and so many people came, and then we formed Nigeria Democratic Movement. The founding members, myself, Larry Banjo, Sholo Gumbode, one guy named Badmons, Abiodun Adepoju, and some other notable people. It's been a long time, so I can't remember all their names. But this is how we started Nigeria Democratic Movement. And from there, after we related the formation to Nigeria, then the people in Nigeria now say, oh, let us use the same model to form NADECO, because NDM at that time was all the different organizations in the US, especially in Washington, D.C., we now came together and form a coalition, and the name of that coalition was NDM.
Okay. Nigeria Democratic Movement.
Yes.
Did you make mistake during the NADECO years by not actually asking for self-determination then? Was it a mistake you accept presidency that was zoned to the south? Was that a mistake?
It was, well, in hindsight and looking back, I would say it was a mistake because, and at the same time, I won't, you see, we had a military man, a higher man in power, okay? And it was very difficult to take him out. Actually, Babangida did not want to leave office. The day we took over the embassy, the next day was the day he left office. They had to force him out. I don't know if you are aware that I was one of the people who led the 50 Nigerians to take Nigerian embassy over in September 1993, because we thought by doing that we can bring the crisis to the international awareness. So we decided that we would take over the embassy. And surprisingly, they didn't, the U.S. authority didn't make any big deal out of it. You know, none of us was prosecuted. None of us. We were never prosecuted. They actually said, you know, you guys, if we were more than 50, we would have just let you go. But anyway, nothing happened then. I mean, things are different today. If you take over an embassy today, you'll be called a terrorist. But we took over the embassy to make a point, and they asked us why did we do it, and we told them the reason why we did it, and they said, yeah, you're right, you know. And then the next morning we heard that IBB has moved out, and you know, the rest is history.
Can I ask you one good question? You said
Yes.
if you do it today, were you trying to discourage people from taking over the embassy today?
We're in a different world totally today, okay? Anything that is, I mean, a peaceful takeover is okay. And I mean, I'm not going to discourage anyone from doing whatever they have to do to make a point or to get their story out. But I'm just saying that the atmosphere today, the environment today is different. We didn't have 9/11 then. We didn't have all the crises in the Middle East then. We didn't have all the ISIS, Al Qaeda. We didn't have those then. So when young people went and take over an embassy, and they gave a good reason. They said, "Look, we are doing this because we have a military junta who are now an election, and they don't want to leave power, and we want them to go." And you know, so it's a different environment today. Yes.
Thank you very much for that. Looking at the way things has turned out since 1993, and so on, has Nigeria been better since, or has it turned to something we can call hell?
I can tell you this is not what we envisioned. The Nigeria we envisioned by fighting for democracy and what we have today is totally different. Okay? In any normal country, anywhere in the world, Buhari should never have become president. And I believe God did not even want him to be president of Nigeria because he lost the election 3 times. That's a sign that God doesn't want you to be the president of the country. He won't be president of Nigeria today if not because of Tinubu. And I can still believe why Tinubu will choose to throw his hat, in the ring with somebody that he knows he was not prepared to be president of Nigeria, and with all his pedigree, he was a tribalist, you know. And so why would Tinubu, of all the other people in the running, support Buhari? Uh, I think that's a question that he will have to answer before he goes to his grave.
That's a question that Tinubu will have to answer himself before he goes to his grave, if he ever have the chance to do that, because I understand he's critically sick currently and he's being spiced up so that people will not realize how things has gone badly. Okay, now to the present day, where did we get it so wrong? How?
Well, if you
Why?
look at the history of Nigeria and where the leadership has always come from, the last time Nigeria had a good leader, the first time, let me say, the first time Nigeria had a good leader was Tafa Balewa, okay, that came from the north. But he was not a tribalist. He surrounded himself with quality people, Yoruba, uh,
The Igbos?
Igbo, you name it, okay? But he was the prime minister, but he was not a tribalist. However, there's people, in the north that put him there. Some of them are very tribalistic, but Tafa Balewa was able to have good government because he employed good people regardless of their tribe. But if you look at the history of all the leaders that the North have produced since Tafa Balewa, they've been digressing. Okay, they have not been able to produce someone with the same quality that Tafa Balewa had. If you go back and watch how Tafa Balewa was first African leader to address U.S. Congress, and he addressed them eloquently. Okay, but you cannot have today with since then everybody that did not produce and put forward for us have been mediocre. They can, sometimes our current president will be talking. You say, "What's he saying?" My children say, "What's that man saying?" You know, I mean, we should be ashamed, and the Northerners should be ashamed that they continue to produce people. And the reason they do that is because they want to put somebody there
They can
that
control.
doesn't know much so that they can steal money. That's what this is all about. So if they put somebody there who's not 100%, I don't even, anyway, then they can control him, and then they can steal all the money they want to steal. And that's why Nigeria continue to borrow every day. They keep borrowing money, borrowing money, borrowing money, and they never sat down and say, "Look, how are we going to pay this money back? Why are we borrowing money? Why can't we create opportunity to make money? Okay, why can't we create the environment where we can make money so that we stop borrowing money? If you keep borrowing money, how are you going to pay that money back?" Okay, they're still looking for oil everywhere, but everybody knows that in another 10 years, 20
Oil is
years,
finished.
oil is finished. People are not going to be demanding for oil. Everybody is going to green evolution, electric cars and things like that. So, but they're still spending money worrying about, and the reason they want to hold on to power is because of the oil. But the oil is not going to sustain us forever. And instead of investing in our people through direct investment in the population, and get people to start new businesses and create environment where people can invest and pay taxes, they just want to continue printing money and borrowing money and waiting that they will discover more oil.
Oil, 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 oil. I remember when the Saudi Arabia oil was found in the 40s. It was the biggest problem for them because there was so much problems in that area at that time. Okay, fast forward quickly to the present government. We've talked about Buhari, how he. Can I ask you a straight question? Is Buhari alive or dead?
It depends on your definition of being alive or being dead.
Okay, I think I get the
Physically,
gist. I will leave it like that then. I got the gist.
okay, physically is alive.
But mentally is
I just say physically is alive.
alive. Okay, great. Thank you
Yeah.
very much for that. So, Nnamdi Kanu arrested.
Yes.
Interpol, the rules of law is followed. Is he an arrest? Is he a kidnap? Because
It depends on. Go ahead.
because the way things are, if you're going to extradite somebody as an arrest, then the rules of law must be followed. But here, it doesn't seem as if the rules of law have been followed, sir. So, should we say it's a kidnap?
I will say it was a kidnap. It was not an arrest because even though there's an I don't know if there's an extradition agreement between Nigeria and the country where it was picked up. But in the normal circumstances, they have to take him to court. He has the right to say, "I don't want to go," and they will have, but they can deny that right. But you cannot just pick up somebody, bust him up, and ship him without going through the process. Okay, his rights were violated, and I think the country where they said they pick him up, I don't remember, it was it England
Kenya or Cameroon?
or some people say it's I don't know,
Some
but
people say
whatever the
Turkey,
name
but
of
we
that,
now find out it's an African country, Kenya or Cameroon.
I don't think. Why will it come to African country though? I don't think it was an African country, but whatever country that did that, they should be ashamed of themselves. Because I don't know why they would do something like that. They deny him his right because he never went. There's no evidence that they took him to court and read him his rights, and or that he was represented by an attorney. And so you cannot just kidnap people and ship them. Well, this is 21st century. So that country, we will make sure if it's an African country, that it's going to be sanctioned against them.
That's what I was just about to ask. And if the country called Nigeria currently break up into pieces, I'm sure none of us will ever want to work with that country ever again.
That country will have nothing. Not, I mean, none. Nobody. No. Oduduwa nation will not work with that country or recognize that country. And Biafra, in fact, the self-determination is now closer to reality
With the
by the arrest of Nnamdi
Kanu.
Kanu. Yes, it's not. It's closer to reality now. Okay, so I don't know who was advising the government. It was a wrong move for them because now it has civilized and inspired a lot of people, including not only the Igbo people. It has, so people are now speaking for him. Those who didn't like him before are now beginning to like him. So, and now the thing that the federal government of Nigeria doesn't understand is this: they cannot win a war against the Yoruba people, against the Igbo people, against the Delta people, against the Middle Belt people, against the
South South.
Boko Haram people, South, against Boko Haram. Okay, it's like that people wants to fry and want to pour petrol on them on himself. I mean, you cannot win a war against all those people. It's like they're busting themselves in, and you cannot make every tribe your enemy, and that's what they are doing. They are making the Yoruba people their enemy. They are making the Igbo people their enemy. They are making the Middle Belt people their enemy. They are making Christians their enemy. And
They even
so,
making
and you
Muslims
want
their enemies, sir.
well, they are making most, and they are even making Hausa their enemies. Okay, so I don't know whether it's arrogance or stupidity, but or both. Because when you are too arrogant to realize reality, then you are stupid.
Okay, now they arrest Nnamdi Kanu. The resources they use to arrest Nnamdi Kanu, can they use that to bring Boko Haram, the bandit, the X-Men killing people in the Gongo and some other area? Can they use the resources to bring them to a check?
Good question. And any normal president, a leader, a good leader, what kind of a leader will prefer cows over his own people, foreigners over his own people, grazing route over individual rights? What kind of a president would do that? Even the president Buhari himself said that the killers are not Nigerians, that they came from other countries. And then you're going to sit down and lose your country because of foreigners invading your country. You're going to lose your country because you prefer to give rights to cows than give rights to human beings. So you're going to lose your country for those two things. So, I mean, what kind of a leader will sit down and say with his own mouth that the people who are killing my people are foreigners? He said it. And then you see that the reason why there's so much crisis in the country right now is because of herdsmen. Because herdsmen, people use those herdsmen. They will bring cows from the north to the south, and then for a whole year they will make 50,000 naira, maybe 100,000 naira. Now they found out that they can make $1 million. I mean, sorry, million naira in
One
a
month, in
week,
1 week.
in 1 month, in 1 week. So those people are never going to go back being a horseman because they found a new business. Okay, the government is kidnapping has become a business in Nigeria. So, and they're using the ransom to buy weapons, and they're using the weapons to create fear. Fear is a weapon of war. Okay, so when you are so afraid to leave your house, to go to farm, to do whatever you need to do to survive because of fear, then you've been conquered. So that's what they are doing. And we're going to tell them, you're not going to use fear to conquer our people. Okay? People cannot go to farm anymore. And if they cannot go to farm, they cannot make a living. And then from there, if they cannot farm and and they cannot make a living, then they have to buy your foods and they have to depend on you. And then the moment you come to town, because you've created fear, they can't do anything. But I tell Mr. Buhari, our people are ready. You push the Yoruba people to the war. You should never have done that. Yoruba people are not cowards. We are not cowards. We are very educated. We are very intelligent. We are everywhere all over the world. And you cannot create fear on our people and you cannot take our land. I would recommend to Buhari to ask all the men in Yoruba land to leave, to go back to where they came from.
I think he said that sometimes ago, but they won't listen because he brought some of them before 2015 election, according to El Rufai, that we brought them, we want them to go back, and they refuse to go back. They even collect money.
Yeah, but if you bring people, if you invite somebody to your home, okay, and you ask them to leave and they won't leave, what you do, you throw them out. Okay, by all means necessary. If you check into an hotel and you don't pay your room for your room after 2 days, they will lock you out or they will call the police and get you out. Okay, so those people, they are tenants. They were invited. Their tenancy has expired. Their invitation has expired. Now the president must do whatever he needs to do to get them out of Yoruba land. He has to, because they're not going to take over our land. All that nonsense that, oh, we want to go and dip the Quran in the ocean. We stopped you 100 years ago. Then we didn't even have Yoruba people all over the world. If we could stop you 100 years ago, what makes you think we can't stop you now? We will decimate all of North will be totally decimated, completely decimated. You want to fight the Igbo people and Yoruba people? I don't understand who's advising these people. At the same time, and the Delta people at the same time, without the Yoruba people, you wouldn't have won the Biafran war in the first place.
Yes. Yes. Okay, that is bringing us closer to home. Igando killing. Are you aware? Do you know anything about the killings in the Igando lately?
Yes, I'm aware of it, and it's terrible. I'm going to use this opportunity to warn all the Yoruba collaborators and the kings who are bent on accommodating and pacifying the criminals, because they are criminals. The people coming to your land to rape your women and kill your children. There's no place for them, and you should stop patronizing them, and you should stop patronizing them, because that's why a lot of people a lot of Yoruba leaders are doing that, because of what they're going to eat, because of power and all that nonsense. You need to stand up for your people. You need to stand up for your people, because if you don't, you become a slave in your own home.
Okay. There are some few kings in Yoruba land. They used to have authority. The kings in Yoruba land used to have authority. They give them a staff of office, which in Yoruba language we call it Opa Ashe. What happened to the
Yeah.
Ashe inside the Opa since all these days?
because most of these Obas are political Obas. They are political kings. They were not chosen by Ifa. They were chosen because of who they know, and they can easily be compromised, and they can easily, and they have love of money, not the love of their people.
Hmm.
And when you love money more than your people, then the sharing side of other power will not work for you.
Again, what happened to our Isheshe?
Well, Isheshe is still there, and but for any Isheshe to work for you, you have to have a clean mind. You
Hmm.
have to, you have to have clean mind. So if and the reason it's not working for many people is because they have evil mind. Okay, so you don't even have to really do the Isheshe. Eledumare protects all of us. And Eledumare knows that if you are Omoluabi, it will always protect you. Okay, but you have to be a proper Omoluabi. Okay, Omoluabi means Omotinua B, So the thing is that we don't have too many Omoluabi in Yoruba land. And that's why most of them we go to bed with the wrong people because they want power. They want power and they want money. And Omoluabi will not take money over uh, his conscience or being good,
Yeah.
you know.
Wow. Wow. I thank you very much for all this explanation. Now, down to this conference on Thursday, the 1st of July. Tell me, what is all this? What is this conference about? What are people go? What are the benefits? No, first of all, what is the conference about? Why this conference? Do we need more talking now? Do you think the international community will do anything for us?
Thank you for asking that question. When Are Iba Gani Adams contacted me a few months ago and asked me to come and join his organization because of what's happening in Yorubaland. I immediately outlined four things, and I said the struggle and the campaign, they have to move it away from social media to main media. They have to move it from social media to the main street media. All the nonsense on social media is not going to get us anywhere. And if you want to make a statement in the US or anywhere in the world, you come to National Press Conference. Club. I'm sorry, National Press Club in Washington D.C. That's where every year the president of the US will host all the media personalities there because that's how important the National Press Club is. And if they want to make a statement, anyone that wants to make a statement that wants the whole world to know, especially the US, they go there. They have their conference or their press release. So I told him there are four things we need to do. We need to bring this to the attention of the international media. By coming to National Press Club, we'll be able to achieve that. The second thing we need to do, we need to have a U.S. congressional hearing, and we started a petition for that. We need to get 10,000 signatures in order to get U.S. Congress to do a hearing on an issue, and we have to let them know that doing this hearing is for their own. They will benefit from it. The U.S. interest is at stake. If Nigeria goes down, it will affect the economy of the U.S. and the immigration issues in the U.S. because there are thousands, if not millions, of Nigerians in the U.S. So if there's a civil war in Nigeria or any other crisis, if this crisis continue, then it will affect the economy of the U.S. And we have to let U.S. know that through the press conference, through the U.S. congressional hearing, through the U.S. Senate hearing, and then we have to petition the president of the U.S., Biden, that he needs to appoint a special envoy to go to Nigeria to actually see what we are telling him and then he will advise the president. What we are doing this Thursday, we are going to bring the evidence to the world, and the world is going to see what has been happening in Nigeria in the last 5 years. Okay, we're going to video, PowerPoint pictures of all the atrocities we are going to display to the world to see. Okay, and then from there, the next step will be the U.S. congressional head. We've done this before and we were successful. We were 90% successful. We did it in 1993. I was the one who organized the U.S. congressional hearing in 1993, because I knew by doing that, we would get the attention of the U.S. And we did. So many things happened after that. In fact, MKO will have been sworn in as president, if not because of some people who misled him in Nigeria. The reason Clinton appointed Carrington as the ambassador to Nigeria, and he instructed Carrington, when you get to Nigeria, make sure your welcome party is done at MKO Abiola's house. The instruction was that, the strategy was that MKO will use that to now declare his presidency, and then immediately the US will recognize him because the ambassador is right there. But some people advised him differently. And later on, we found out these are people who are double faces. They come to you, they say something, then they run to Abuja and get some brand envelopes. And get some brand envelopes as well. So, but that's what killed that. But if they had followed our strategy, Abiola will still be alive today. His presidency will have been the best presidency Nigeria ever had, because the man had a vision for Nigeria. He had passion to help poor people. And I used to wonder, because I was so close to him, that somebody who's this rich, so powerful, why is he so concerned about every poor people? And I found out that he really hate to see anyone suffering or being poor, and he wanted to use his experience in business to build Nigeria. If somebody can build an empire from his humble beginning, that person can build a nation and make it great. MKO used to travel around the world, and he used to receive respect greater than any president in Africa at that time. He was a president without being a president, and he had passion and compassion for people. A lot of people say things about him, but they don't really know him. Those who are really close to him knows that he was down to earth, and he loved to help poor people. And he always say, I made my money so I can help people.
Okay. You mentioned a petition about this, for this project you are overseeing.
Yes.
Where is the petition?
Well, the petition is under change.org.
Yeah.
Okay, we are circulating it, and anyone out there, all you have to do is, if you're on social media and you Google or type in petition for U.S. congressional hearing, it will come up. Petition for U.S. Senate hearing, it will come up. Petition to Biden to appoint special envoy in Nigeria, it will come up. And a lot of people are afraid that if they have to pay anything. No, you don't have to pay to sign it. It doesn't cost you any money. Nobody is going to tap into your information. You don't need to give any credit card or information or anything. You don't even need, all you have to do is go in there, put in your email address, because they have to verify that every person who signed the petition is real. Okay, so you just put down your email address and your name, and it doesn't even show when it's print. It's not going to show that. Nobody's going to know who you are. Okay, because at the end of the day, we and the organization are the only one who has access to the information. Okay, and it's secured. You don't have to worry about anything, and no one is selling your information to anyone. And this is the least you can do to save your people. My people, just sign. It will take you less than 2 minutes to stop the killings, because the moment that the U.S. step in, then the European Union, because U.S. is a very powerful country. Okay, what we're trying to tell the world is that their interest is at stake, and they have more in common with people in the southern Nigeria than in northern Nigeria. Their industries are in southern Nigeria. The people in the northern Nigeria are affiliated with Boko Haram, ISIS, and if they gain control, they are going to destroy American and Western interests in Nigeria. Boko Haram means book is bad. Western education is bad. And the people who who fought for Boko Haram have been reinstated into Nigeria Army. Okay? That means there is some kind of agreement or link between the Fulani-run government and Boko Haram. And Boko Haram now has signed agreement with ISIS. Those two groups, they do not represent Western interests in Nigeria. They do not represent Christian interests in Nigeria. They do not represent civilization interests in Nigeria. They are terrorists. And you cannot allow terrorists to take over a country. And that's what is happening right now.
Okay. Can I stop you a little bit? Because there's a little bit of concern I have. And this concern
Okay.
needs to go out speedily. The petition came out in April. And I don't
Yes.
know how they've been pushing it. Because if we have pushed it, we're supposed to get the nearly 10,000 you're looking for. 10,000 is not all that way a big figure.
Yes.
And it's a bit of a big shame to me that people who have access to this petition are not working on it the way they're supposed to work on it. That's number one. Number two, they have about 3 or 4 petitions rang out at the same time. It's going to be very hard to get a lot of people to sign this petition because it's 1, 2, 3, 4 petition. Is it possible to combine all the petition into one? You are the expert.
No, because we cannot combine all the petition is to one because each one has a purpose. Okay, you cannot use congressional hearing petition for U.S. Senate petition. They're
Okay.
two different entities.
Okay.
Okay, you cannot go to the U.S. Senate and say, "Oh, I want you to do a hearing because we have petition for sign for U.S. Congress." Okay, each chamber has their own rules, and that's if there's so if 10,000 people sign a petition for something, they are bound to hear they are bound to hold a hearing on that. Okay, and then if anyone that read the petition, we made it clear why American interest is at stake. To answer your question, why we had to that's why we had to do all the four petitions. The first one right now it led to what we are doing on Thursday. Okay, so we had a petition for for a conference at the National Press Club, and from there we move on. We believe that after the conference on Thursday, we're going to have more people that will sign the petition for U.S. congressional hearing and for the Senate hearing and for President Biden to appoint a special envoy for Nigeria.
Which of this petition do you think we should push first?
Now that we are over, we will be done with the conference on Thursday. The next one that we want to push harder is the U.S. congressional hearing,
Okay.
and then by priority, the U.S. congressional hearing, and then petition for Biden to appoint special envoy on Nigeria, and then the last one, the U.S. Senate hearing on Nigeria.
I think, from my own experience, let's do it this way, sir. We take one, we push it for a month, get the 10,000.
Okay.
Yeah. And then when we get the 10,000, then we take another one, push it, get the 10,000.
Okay.
And then we take them one by one until we get the 10,000. And I think you're probably shooting yourself in the leg. I'm not afraid to say this. There are some few people that need to be on that your group list, your group, that will tell you how to get this petition signed massively, how to push it. 10,000, we should hit 10,000 in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks. Because we have 44 to reach. At the moment, we have 666 people who have signed the second one. The first one I showed, the one I pinned first, which is the Biden one, we got 900 and something, 944, right? Can you give me some few minutes? I'm going to talk to my audience, yeah? And let's
Okay.
get this one over the 1,000 mark straight away. Guys, good morning,
Okay.
ladies and gentlemen. I thank you for joining this program. I know it's very early in the morning, but could you please do me a favor? Click on the link on the chat. The link is there. Click on the link. Let's prove to this, my uncle, my guest tonight, that we're capable of doing what we said we want to do, right? Come out of the chat, go and sign it. Let's get it over the 1,000 mark that has been sitting on it for the last 1 month or 2 months. And then every day this week, I am going to seriously drive this one so that we can get it past where it is at the moment. I've actually pinned, no, I didn't pin it. Let me quickly pin it so that we can have this one over the boundary. We want to take it past the mark tonight, not tomorrow, but tonight. And I will be mentioning the name of the people who have signed that petition so that I can give you thumbs up. Please, guys, and then we can come back in the next few minutes to continue the program. If you have gone out to do yours, if you're still on the chat, please come out of the chat and go and do the signing and then come back. I will not run away before you Give this petition to people like Lady K, Mayegun, Koiki, and all the other ones. Simon Ekpa. We will get it. We will drive it past where it's supposed to be. But I know some people know about this petition, and for one reason or the other, they're sitting on this petition for reason best known to them. I'm not afraid to say it. I'll say it over and over again, because what we need to do, we need to get it done. There's no point in these people doing all these things and that and that and that and that, and it's a shame that nothing is happening to it. I don't care if you want to criticize me for saying this, but I think some of us are not doing, we're not pulling our weight. We are probably, if it's me, maybe I'm probably one of the weakest link. And let's get this one across the mark. Let's get it across the mark. I'm monitoring it now. I want to see results, please, guys. I trust you. I know you can do it. The one we're pushing is petition to President Biden to appoint special envoy for Nigeria to end Fulani terrorism. It is very important that we get it over the mark tonight. Guys, please, I'm begging you, do me a favor, come out of the chat, go there, sign it, and come back. When you sign it, I like to me on the chat that you have signed it. I'm waiting for you guys. I'm relying on you. This petition will reach like 5,000 by Sunday, because I'm going to drive.
Thank you, my brother.
I'm going to give it to the right people. These are the people that command figures. These guys command figures. I'm going to give it to them. They're going to work on it. Okay, I'm going to post the link again. Some people are asking for the link again. Okay, I've just done it again. Please, thank you. Odun Tono, thank you very much. Modina, thank you. Modina Saka, thank you very much for doing that. I really appreciate you. So that's 2. I'm looking for 60-something signature tonight. I've seen one has come into the signing. I still want more. Please, guys, do me a favor. Let's get it past the 1,000 mark tonight. We need to do it. We're gonna do this one nearly every day now until we get it to 10,000. I want to assure my guests tonight that within the next 1 week, we want to get it past the 10,000 mark. Then we can go to the next one. Oduduwa Johnny, thank you very much for that. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And on Facebook, I haven't seen anybody yet on Facebook who have signed it. I think there's a little bit of interaction with Facebook, but that shouldn't be a problem. It should correct itself within the next few minutes. The guys on Facebook, please sign it. When you finish signing it, let me know you've signed it. Yeah, thank you guys who has left. I've seen some people left already to go and sign it. And then when they come back, we're going to push on with what we're doing. We really need to get this one past the 1,000 mark tonight, not tomorrow.
Okay.
We need to get it past the 1,000 mark. And I'm counting on you guys. Yamito Productions, I really love you for that. Thank you very much for signing yours as well. I can see a lot of you are coming off the chat now to go and do it. I've seen more than 20 people come off the chat to go and do it. Please go and do it. Let's sign it and come back. 944 we start with. 944 we started with. Let's see what we're doing. How we're doing, ladies and gentlemen. How we're doing. 944 we start with. We started with 944. 944 we started with. So we're looking about 60 something. I've seen about 5 on top of it. I want more. I'm trusting you guys. I love you for that. I can see it climbing. I can see it climbing rapidly. At least 10 people have signed it tonight. 15 people have signed it already tonight. Come on, push it up to 20 so that we can push it back. Dr. I really love that. Dr. Ajaguno, I really love that. Thank you very much for that. We want to push it over 20. Have signed it tonight. We're looking for about 60. Wow. We got 20. 60 we're looking for. We got 20. We got 24. 24 I've got now. Isaac, I really love you for that. Thank you for signing. I got 24 at the moment. I'm looking for more. 24 I've got. I'm looking for 60. No, I'm looking for 56. I got 26 now. I got 26. So I need 30 more. Falan Larry, I know you sign it. You're my brother. I love you. Thank you very much. Kende Omo Louis, thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for that. I just want to check on the figure again, please, guys. I want to check on the figure again. We're looking for 56 at the beginning. 56 we're looking for. We got more than 26 already. So we're looking for about 30 more. We're looking for about 30 more. And I'm sure by the time I finish this one, we might probably be looking for about 20 more. Thank you, guys. I really loved you. I love you for that. We're looking for 21 more. 21 more we're looking for. 21 more. Please, guys. Femi Bolaji, Victoria, thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. I really love that. I know it's late in the night, and I really appreciate all of you signing this. The people on Facebook, please, Yoruba Nation Now, please sign it, please. Yoruba Nation Now, I can see you there. We'll give it to Amoruf, we'll give it to Baba Rukwere in the morning, we'll give it to Adejoke Moba in the morning, we'll give it to Iridara, the good thing, I'll give it to Lady David Hamilton, I'll give it to Lady K, I'll give it to Mayego, I'll give it to Koiki as well. These are my guys. These are my family, and I'm sure they can do it. We're looking for about 20, we're looking for about less than 20 now. We're looking for less than 20 now. We're looking for less than 20. I really appreciate you. 82 on the chat. Please, if you have not signed in, all the 82 people on the chat, please come out, go and sign it and come back. Please go and sign it and come back. Go there now, sign it and come back. Let's get it done. Let's get it across the line. Let's get it across the line. I really appreciate that, guys. I really appreciate that. And I'm going to flop. Please, don't only sign it. Adekwale Adekwaju KP. Love you, guy. Love you, guy. Joel, I really love. Joel Love. Joel Love. Joel Love. I love Joel Love. Joel Love, sign it. I really appreciate that. And some people actually chip in some money into this. You don't have to chip in anything if you don't want to. That's no problem. You don't have to chip in anything. But it's better to actually share it. It's good to share it. Sharing is very important. Kinde Omoleye, my mom, my sister, I love that. Victoria Akinro Labu Olukunle Fakele, thank you. Solomon Oye Ogunyemi, thank you. Latif Igenla, thank you. Folashade Bolarewa, thank you. I love you guys for signing it. I really appreciate that. I appreciate you. I'm not taking you for granted. I know you have a lot of things to do. I know you have better things to do. But this is for our freedom. This is for the freedom of our people. Guys, I really love you. I'm really desperate to push it past the 1,000 mark tonight. I'm desperate to push it back the 1,000 mark tonight. Please do that for me, please, guys. Do that for me. We need to push it back over that boundary of 1,000 mark tonight. I'm desperate to push this one past the 1,000 mark tonight. And then when we get to the 10,000, then we can now start talking about the one we're going to do next. But we cannot put all the 4 sticks in the fire at the same time. I think this uncle wants to advise me on this one. Hello, sir. You want me to send it to you by WhatsApp, sir? Okay, I'll send it to you now, please, yeah? I'll send it to you right away, sir. Thank you, sir. Love you for that. Thank you. Sorry, we're getting there shortly, Daddy, so we can continue what we started.
No problem.
Okay, let's give this one to all these people. When people don't know about this, it causes a lot of problem.
That's true.
But we will make sure they know about it tonight so that it can go pass where it's supposed to be. I'm just going to check the figures so that we can continue. Guys, I'm relying on you guys to sign this one as a matter of urgency. I'll probably do a little bit of a write-up on it tomorrow so that people know where this is coming from.
We appreciate that.
I'm going to check the figure quickly and then we can continue. We're stuck in about 20 left. We're stuck in 20 left. Yes, the people in Republic of Benin can sign it. Please, they can sign it, send it to them. Thank you, Akib. Thank you. My sister, I was just looking for your name there. I've just seen it. Thank you very much. Lai Oshin, thank you. Digital Multimedia, thank you. Yeah, thank you. I really love you. The people in Togo can sign it. Neo Kana, Nana, thank you very much. I believe you just signed it as well. Okpeyemi, thank you very much for signing it as well. I can see you guys are coming back now, which means you've already signed it and you're just coming back to continue the chat. There's still some few things that is very important that we need to go through. Yeah, I think we only need about 12 to cross the 1,000 mark now. We need 12 more to cross the 1,000 mark. We need 12 more signature to cross the 1,000 mark. Give us the name again to sign. Okay, I've just pinned it. I've pinned it here on YouTube, on Facebook as well. I'm gonna go to YouTube because I think some of you might be asking me something on YouTube as well. Thank you very much, Victoria Mutibowo Lumoro. You know, we're signing, Kazim, we're signing this one. This is very important to sign. It says exactly what it says on the tin. Please sign it. Sign it first, and me and you can talk about it later on. Sign it. Anything that needs to sign it. Like I said to you guys before in the past, if you have to jailbreak a door and you have so many keys in a bucket, you're not going to say, I'm not going to try that key because it doesn't look as if it's going to open it. Any petition that comes your way, sign it. Sign it. Some people will say, don't sign or sign, don't sign. Don't worry about them. Any petition that says we free you, whether it's going to materialize the freedom or it's not going to materialize the freedom, sign it first. Hesh, thank you very much for that. Thank you. Thank you. I've got 14 left. I've got 11 left now. 11 to reach the 1,000 mark. 11 more signature. I know we still have so much people here who haven't signed it. I've got 11 more to reach the 1,000 mark. I've got 11 more. Yes, I know it's late. The day we have 200-300 people here, let's assume we have it in the afternoon when we have 500 people watching at the time. If we bring this one on, we could have got to a very substantial figure. But notwithstanding, we're human beings too. We're here. It doesn't matter who is not here. Guys, I thank you. Shadia, thank you very much for signing. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Let me bring my guests back so that I don't bore my guests with thank you as if we're doing an auction. Because I don't want daddy to get bored. Okay, thank you. I love that person that's been sharing it now. Somebody has been sharing. Oh, okay. Voice. Okay, I'm sending it to you now. So, oh, sorry, I missed that before. Thank you very much for that. Voice of reason, Pastor. I really appreciate that, sir. I seriously appreciate that. I'm not taking you guys' kindness I'm not taking it for granted. I know you're doing a fantastic job by signing this thing. This will jailbreak us. This is a time to jailbreak from these terrible people. It's a time to jailbreak ourselves. Let's get out of this. Let's move forward. Let's get it done. Let's get it done and just get there. We need to get there. We don't have much time left. Adegoke. Adebaju. Thank you very much for signing as well. I really appreciate that. I love you for that. So, as I was saying, let's go back to my guest. How much do we have left? We only have about 8 left to reach the 1,000 mark. 8 more signature to reach the 1,000 mark. 8 more signature to reach the 1,000 mark. Daddy, Thank you very much for all you have done. So for the next few weeks, we're treating the Biden one. We're gonna get it across. What I might
Thank
do
you.
again, I might take one person from your team and speak to them tomorrow.
Okay.
Or we can take maybe about 2 or 3 of you together tomorrow. Again, 3 people, 4 people, so that we can talk about the importance of this very, very petition in collaboration with the Pampa Crown. Thank you. My sister, thank you. I thought you were sleeping in England by now, Sister Bakari, Muyinat Bakari. I thought you would be in bed. Thank you for watching the show late in the night. I know, but it's good. It's good to have fantastic sisters and brothers like you guys, trusted allies. Please don't only sign it, share it. Share it and overshare it. Share it and overshare it. Share it. I know Oladile, I'll check that for you now straight away. I will check that for you straight away. Oduntono is the first one that signed it. Kende Omolaye, Olufunlayo Abel, it's IC, Victoria, Olakunle, Akim, Solomon, Latif, Falashade, David, Yaya Dan, Friday, Ogunleye, all of you have signed it. Great. I know it's there as well. I know Olaide, thank you very much. David Odediro, my pastor, thank you. Much respect, sir. I really love you, sir. I love you with the bottom of my heart, from the bottom of my heart. I love you with the love of Christ. Thank you very much. Sign and share it. We shall also overshare it. That is the language. I love people that can do attitude. I love can do attitude. Let's go back to this narrative of what this press conference will do for us, what we can achieve with this press conference. Daddy, Dr. Chief Abiola, Akib Abiola, thank you for... Oh, I didn't see your name there, Auntie, but you say you sign it. Oh, when you sign it, this is change.org. You need to go to your WhatsApp and authorize it. You need to go to your WhatsApp and authorize it. Like me, I didn't go to my WhatsApp to authorize it, so it hasn't actually showed there that I have. So I'm just confirming it now. The next step. Thank Yoruba Nation now. Okay. Thank you. He didn't ask for confirmation because I'm registered before. If you're registered, you won't have to confirm. If you're not registered there, you still have to confirm. Okay, I love you guys for coming out and going there. But he sent me an email to say this. Okay, so this conference that what is the first thing we can achieve straight away with this conference, Daddy?
The first thing we're going to achieve from this conference is exposure. We've taken our struggle from social media to the main media. We're expecting journalists and reporters from major new organizations to be there on Thursday. They just sent me the announcement a few hours ago, and they've sent the broadcast, the announcement for this conference to all the major, no, not just all the media houses in the U.S. Whether it's a small town newspaper or New York Times or wherever. If you're a media house in the US, they just send our press release to them tonight at 7:30, asking them to come and giving them the reason that they should come there and listen to this, what we have to say. So we're expecting several major reporters, journalists to be there. Not only from US, also from Nigeria, from South Africa, from other African countries, and from England as well, UK and Ireland. So we're expecting several people to. This thing is going to be live stream on Thursday, and it's also going to be on our Facebook page, live stream, and with the capacity, unlimited capacity of people can watch it live. And up to 5,000 people can even join the webcast, and the only thing that they can watch it and they won't be able to speak. We only have capacity for up to 10 people to actually interact during the Zoom. Those who join by Zoom, only about 10 people can actually speak, and we've selected those people who can join by Zoom, and they can answer questions. But anybody who wants to watch it live and they are not in the US, or they're in the US, they cannot come. They can either go to our Facebook page and watch it.
Okay, thank you. And Heritage Television and nearly all the agitators in the UK, in Ireland, in Europe, in America will be streaming it live that day. It's going to be something that you're not going to say you miss it. I will be streaming it, and I'm sure all my other colleagues, Koiki, David Hamilton, Yedara, Lady K, Teniologo, Crystal, name it, Oduduwa TV Radio, Baba Rupoire, Ijinle Radio, all these people, Omobori, all these people will be streaming it live that day on Thursday. It's been facilitated, and we will do it because we're doing it. We're all working for the same goal. It doesn't matter how we're streaming it. We are all going to be streaming it, and we will stream it. I have about 4 left to cross the 1,000 mark. I got 4 left to cross the 1,000 mark, and I'm sure we're going to cross it before we finish the show. We will revisit that one just before we go. So all these people will be streaming. What will they be streaming? What are we just going to go there and chat, and then that's it? Will you be showing pictures? Will you be showing concrete evidence? With their people? You said people who are actually victims will be able to speak on that day. You've picked up some few victims.
Let me correct that. What we're going to be doing on that day is that we're going to show video of atrocities across Nigeria, especially in Yorubaland. We are going to do PowerPoint presentation of pictures of, I've seen this thing. If when you watch this show on Thursday, you're gonna live with, if before you don't, you will say, oh, these people are not serious, or these people are just making noise, or these things are not real. By the time we finish this conference on Thursday, you are going to see what has been happening in Nigeria in the last 5 years. You're going to see them black and white. You're going to see them in color. You're going to see somebody whose head being cut off. You're going to see so many things, and you're going to be amazed how then. Our goal is to show the world what has been going on and to make sure it is stopped. Because if it's not stopped, Nigeria is going to become another Rwanda. We're at the brink of a civil war right now. We're this close. So, and we must stop that because Nigeria cannot afford another civil war. So, because we don't want a civil war, we want to create an avenue where we can resolve this issue amicably. Okay? It's not by force. If you marry somebody and the marriage is no longer working, you get a divorce. Okay? The current Nigeria is not working. Nigeria has totally disintegrated. And it would never come. We would never have the old Nigeria back again
Never.
because of so many reasons. Okay, the husband who have tasted money, who have now learned a new way of making money, they're not going to throw away their new discover avenue of making money. So the only way we can stop it is to drive them back to where they came from. If you cannot live by our way, if you cannot follow our way of life, and you cannot follow our law, and you cannot respect us, then you have to go back to where you came from. It's very simple. We, the Yoruba people, we are very unique. We have our culture, we have our way of life, we have discipline, we are well educated, we cherish life, we cherish education, and it's like missing chicken with dove. One is the way we are very unique people. We are very enterprising. We like we like to be successful, and we want our children to be successful. We transfer success from one generation to another generation. We don't go around say, oh, making babies and don't care about them. You know, and we want everybody to be educated. That's why Awolowo introduced free education in Western region in the old days. And because of that, many, many Yoruba people became educated. But since the military people and the northern people have come to power, they've destroyed our education because we have different values. We want to go back to where we were in the 60s when we were the first one to have a radio station in Africa, the first one to have TV station in Africa, where education is free, we had running water, we had electricity. In those days, we're talking about in the 60s. We had running water. We never had to have what do you call it now?
Generator
The word.
or borehole.
We never had to have borehole. We never had to have generator. We had running water. Every house on our street, every house at in our area at Jebo, almost every house in Jebo has electricity. The only time they will take that you will not have electricity in your home in those days if a big man is having a party and the people working at the NEPA wanted to have money, they will take it off for 30 minutes so that you will give them money. Apart from that, there's never any time there's no electricity in those days. There's never any time there's no running water. Today, you have to buy water. You have to have bottled water. What's the other one they call? I don't live in
Pure
Nigeria, so
water.
I don't pure water. Okay, you see a stupid politician drinking pure water, try to fill it when he's campaigning, but when he gets home, he's drinking champagne. Anyway, the thing is that has to stop. We can create a Yoruba nation whereby every child will be educated, every home will have power 24/7, every home will have running water, every child, we will invest in every child from the time they were born until the time they die. Okay, very simple. We invest, you see, when you invest in your people, okay, and you have good leadership, what will happen is that they will get good education, they become good citizens. Good citizens pay taxes. When you pay taxes, you're able to do all the different things that you want to do for the community. Very simple. Okay? You pump money into the economy, but you make sure the money goes to the people. That's what Obama did when the American economy was totally destroyed. He came in, he pumped money through the stimulus program, and before you know it, within 1 year, within 2 years, the economy turned back. But in Nigeria, instead of the money trickling down, you see, you can't have the money all the way on the top, and they put it in the soccer ways and foreign banks. You pump money into the economy. When you pump money into the economy, your economy grows. Yoruba leaders can do that. That's the way they were doing it in the 60s. We were never raised to be corrupt. We are very caring people. Okay? But the crop of politicians we have now, they've become, they try to be like the politician from the north. It's very different. The people in the north, the poor people in the north, they don't care. They want to say rakadede to everybody. Okay? But every Yoruba child wants to get education, and we have to create that opportunity for them. Okay? And we have to create an opportunity so that our women will not be going abroad and doing all kind of petty jobs, prostitution, all kind of stuff. Okay, Nigeria. If Nigeria is not working, so let us have our Odua nation. I can guarantee you. I'm telling you tonight. If we have a Yoruba nation, within 10 years, our our per capita income will be greater than most Western countries. It will be equal to that of US if we have our own nation. Nigeria, Yoruba people are very enterprising. Nigeria is what is holding us back, and we must cut that shackles. Okay, there's nowhere in the world that you will not find a Yoruba person, and we excel in everything that we do. So if we can excel abroad, what
What's
definitely we
stopping us
can
from
excel
home?
at home. We can excel at home. We just have to create that environment for our people. And why we can't do it right now is because there's some people from the north, they don't want that. You see, they do not want that for their own people. But we don't want our people to be poor. We want our people to grow.
Yes.
We want our people to be successful. Okay, I don't get any joy that I'm driving through there's some kids running naked everywhere. There's no joy in it. But to some people, that's where they get their satisfaction, that everybody is coming to them to come and eat. But a Yoruba man does not get his satisfaction from that. A Yoruba man or woman gets his satisfaction seeing his fellow Yoruba people doing well. And we have to create that opportunity again. We had that opportunity in the past. Awolowo was an ideal man. He had a plan, and that plan worked. And we can duplicate that plan again. But we cannot do it within Nigeria context.
Context.
We cannot. So we want to be successful. Enough is enough. Let our people go so that we can be what we want to be. Okay. If you don't let us go peacefully, we will go by force.
Definitely.
The restructuring is out of the way. It's too late for restructuring. It's too late for restructuring because, first of all, restructuring in another 3 years or 5 years will be back to where we are or worse. So let everybody go their separate ways. And if there's any part of Yoruba that does, I tell people, I say, look, some people say there are too many minorities and there will be so much trouble partitioning Nigeria. No. All you have to do, allow people to decide where they want to be. Okay? do a referendum. If another state, Akwa Ibom, said they don't want to be part of South South, but they want to be part of North, and that's what their people decided. There will be another state in southern Nigeria until they find out that they've made a wrong decision. But there's nothing. Let people decide where they want to be. If Middle Belt wants to create their own people at their own country, let them vote, okay, and they decide. Like U.S. is a very big country. Alaska is closer than Russia than to mainland, but it's still part of USA. Hawaii is further to Michigan than if you are going from Michigan to Hawaii, you think you're going to London. You get to London first before you get to Hawaii.
Wow.
But Hawaii is still part of USA. So what I'm saying is that let us have a referendum. 51% carries the majority, and that's what we have to live with. And the way the things are right now, okay, I don't see why North has 3 regions. There are only two North: the Islamic North and the Christian and the minorities North. But whenever you put up every Nigerians together and you want to do something, oh, the South have three. We have to have three. What is the logic behind your three? A Hausa Fulani from Bono is the same Hausa Fulani from Sokoto. The only two division in the North is the Christian minority and the minorities. So the North should only have two. So if the Northern people, if they decided they want to have the Muslim North, they can have their own country. They can call it the Caliphate, the Islamic Caliphate of whatever. And the Middle Belt, the Christian, Southern Kaduna, and the rest of them, they can have their own country. And Yoruba people, we have our own country. The South, we have our own country. And the Southeast, they will have their own country. However, like I said, if any part of Southeast or South does not want to be part of the new nation, they can go and be part of any nation out of all those 5 countries. It will be like a European Union, okay? But each country will control its own economy.
Better.
And each country will control their own education, their own economy, and their own resources. And there will be competition among the different countries. Because when Yoruba is doing so great, the Igbo people will say, oh, we have to do so great. We can't let the Yoruba people beat us. Okay? So Biafra will be doing so great. Oduduwa nation will be doing so great. The South country will be doing so great. Okay? And the Middle Belt people will be doing so great. And the people in the North, whatever they want to do, if they want to keep wasting their money to go to Hajj, they can continue to do that. Because instead of investing money in their people, you will see some of them will go to Hajj 4 or 5 times a year. What if you are such a sinner that you have to go to Hajj 5 times a year? Then you must control. You must change what you are doing wrong. Because the only reason you go to Hajj is to go and pray for forgiveness of your sin. And the Islamic say, go once in your lifetime if you can afford it, not every 3 months. They will go to lesser Hajj, higher Hajj, instead of investing their money in their community. And that's why you have all these bandits. When you don't create opportunity for your citizens, for your people, okay, what they were doing 50 years ago, 30 years ago, they think they can continue. No, the children of today have changed. There's technology. They have access to internet. They have access. They know how the children in America are living. The children in Europe are living. They know what money can do. They are no longer in darkness. And that's why there's banditry, because they fail to educate their people.
Wow. Wow. Daddy, I want to really appreciate you for all you've done today, because you've actually educated us to the highest level. We're going to see if people, the presentation tomorrow, was it structured in a way that this side of the presentation showing things, can we have that one separately cut out and share that on WhatsApp, so that people who doesn't have the chance to come will be able to see it? And will it be, can I ask for a special privilege of you coming back after the conference to come and speak to us again? Is that something you will be prepared to do?
Definitely, I'll be delighted to come back again and talk to you. I cherish every opportunity to speak to my people, to educate my people, and to that's I have passion for that. So I'll be delighted to come back and talk to you. And the person who introduced her is a very good friend of mine. He would tell you that normally I'm a very shy person. You know, I, I
You're
don't,
shy, Daddy.
but
I think you were saying you have children the other time. How can you be shy and have children? You must have talked to your wife.
well, I mean, when I say shy, I like to do things. It takes me a while to really come out and say things, but when I start talking, it's a different ball game. But to answer your question, you'll be able to, after the conference, we're going to have video of the conference.
Yes,
I will share it with you. I will send it to you,
yes.
and you can cut it wherever you want to do. Because it's gonna be. Oh, by the way, I just spoke to them tonight, and I asked them to extend the time for us. So it's no longer going to be 1.5 hours. We're gonna be there for 3 to 4 hours.
Okay.
So it's no longer from 12 to 1:30.
Yes.
It's gonna be from 12 to 3, perhaps 4 o'clock. So, and they say, don't worry. I just called them, and they said, don't worry, we will extend it for you. So it's
Fantastic.
not. So we are not going to finish by 1:30 on Thursday. Okay. So
So
you'll be able. Go ahead.
the starting time is in US time. What is the equivalent in Nigerian time?
Well, that would be 6 o'clock Nigerian time, and 5 o'clock Europe time. 12 o'clock our time, which is Eastern time. Okay. So that would be New York time, which is okay. So that would be New York time, and it's from 12 to 1:30. So I think there's 6 hours difference between Nigeria and New York. Is
So
that
it's
right?
going to be 6 p.m. in London and 5 p.m. in some countries of Europe, like Germany and like Italy. Is going to be 5 p.m. The reason I asked that question is that so that people don't get confused about the timing. I want to thank you very much. Then, how did you pay for this to bring all this media together? Did you raise money somewhere, or did you raise it within your organization?
We raise the money within our organization, and it costs us a lot of money.
Do
Okay,
you
so
mind telling us,
everything.
if you don't have to?
Um, no, that's something that I don't think I have the
Okay,
privilege or
so
the.
but you
Okay.
raise the money within your organization, which is what I've been
Yes.
crying for. Organization like yours, like Voice, Yoruba One Voice, raise the money they need to finance a project for all of us, right? So,
Yes.
like Heritage now, I know some people here and there support Heritage, but the kind of job we do at Heritage, sending people here, there, and there, and there, and there, we don't get enough support for it. You understand? And we still
Our
carry on. Somebody was saying it must have been 4 o'clock UK time, and you're still in the studio. Wow. It's 9:30 in America. One of my brothers just sent me a text message. Mr. Ade, what are you doing 4 o'clock in the morning? I said, we have to do this interview because this is the sacrifice that me and you and the people even viewing it have to pay. You understand? Which I really
Yes.
appreciate you for. I would like to thank you very much for all you've pumped out for us today. I don't want us to end it. I don't want us to end it today. I don't want us to say everything today because tomorrow I want to bring maybe 4 of you back, guys back.
No
The reason
problem.
being that if I can bring 4 of you back tomorrow, today we've passed the 1,000 mark. We nearly reached 1,020. So tomorrow, if we bring it down maybe a little bit earlier, maybe about 10 o'clock UK time or 10 o'clock Nigerian time, or even 9 o'clock Nigerian time, maybe for 2 hours, it won't be this long, 2 hours maximum, or 1.5 hour maximum, we can get it past 2,000 marks tomorrow night. And that would be a big bonus if you can get it past 2,000 tomorrow. Because this is what we want to do. We want to get, within the next 3 weeks or 2 weeks, we want to get it past the 10,000 mark.
Let me, again, we will try, but tomorrow is going to be a very busy day for us.
Marathon, I know
Okay,
that.
we're going to do mock. Everything we're going to do on Thursday, we're going to do mock of it tomorrow. Okay, we're going to do mock interview, we're going to mock presentation, all of that. And then, so, because we do things differently.
Okay.
We are
Do it
professionals.
professionally.
Yes. So we do things professionally. So when we come out,
Okay, Daddy,
Thursday,
can I stop you there? Can I stop you there, sir?
Yes.
I've been
Yes.
this has been turning my intestine for a long time. That some people think in their head that Yoruba One Voice is for restructuring, but with all the things you've been saying, they're not for what you're part of Yoruba One Voice. Am I right? I don't want to say it to you.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
And
go ahead.
you are not aiming for restructuring. You said in your own word that restructuring is too late.
Yeah, we're not for restructuring.
Okay.
And any
Guys, did you
Yoruba
hear that?
person,
They are not for restructuring. They are for living.
Yoruba nation.
Yoruba nation.
Yes.
That is what
Enough
they
is
are for.
enough.
So
Yes.
some of us do
We-
make mistake and think, this one is for this. Assumption. You make the ass of me. When you assume things, you make the ass of me. Thank you very much, my brother or my sister, for asking that question, because you managed to clarify things. You understand? You managed to clarify things, and I want to thank you for that. I'm going to let you go, sir. But before I let you go, I want to thank everybody who has, in one way or the other, signed this petition. I thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sagacity, thank you. I hope you have signed. If you're just coming in, please, we've managed to get the petition they have. They have it since April, but we didn't know much about it. I think I heard about it. They have 4 petitions. The petition is for different job. So we don't want to lump it together because they said if we lump it together, it's not going to do what we want it to do. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to take one petition. We're going to crack it for about 2-3 weeks and get it past the 10,000 mark so that the Congress can hear it. Am I right? They can talk about it. And then after that, I hope I haven't lost Daddy. I hope I haven't lost him. I think I've lost him, but that's not a problem. Okay, that's no problem. Daddy can go to bed. It's not a problem. If you come back, you come back. That's fine. If he doesn't come back, that's fine still. Because at least we managed to get the best out of him already. And I want to thank everybody. So the petition is what I'm talking about now. The petition, I want to get it even past where it is now. 1,000 and like 1,020 I have here now. So if you are just coming in, I've seen some few people. Femi Babalola Edward, I've seen you there. Mr. Sagacity. Belmont, green card. If you haven't signed the petition, this petition I'm talking about, it is something that they did. You know, when you don't know about something, you don't appreciate it. But tonight, I find out more about this petition, and I seriously appreciate it because it makes me feel this is even better for us. We could have done this long time ago. But don't say because you sign one petition, you're not going to sign another petition. Let me tell you one thing. If they bring 10 petitions out in the next few days, sign it all. As long as the petition is like, say, don't give Yoruba nation, don't give Yoruba their freedom. That is the one I would say don't sign. But any petition that will jailbreak us, it is fine to sign it. Please sign it and sign it and sign it and encourage people to sign it. In the next few weeks, what I want you guys to do is to make sure you keep sharing this petition at least twice a day into groups. Don't share it twice a day to individuals, they will get angry. But share one in the morning to a group, and then in the evening share it again in the evening. Leave about 6-8 hours in between the sharing so that the people in the group will not get frustrated. I don't like you sharing too many things. I've seen people sharing same thing about 3 times within 10 minutes onto my platform, and that one frustrates me a lot. I don't like that. Okay, you were late anyway. You were late. My brother Ayo Adelana, you were late, but we pardon you. We're family. Family forgive each others. So that is why we have to forgive you with love. With love, with all our heart, we're forgiving you. So that is not what I want. Okay, I'll still stick that one there, but it doesn't matter. This is the one. Even if I push it one more time. Heritage, please, let's make sure we all under one umbrella. Yoruba Nation now can never be an umbrella. They can never be. We need to get this clear. There's hierarchy in everything. You don't want a human being to be superior to Christ. No, you can't do that. So don't let us talk about under one umbrella. It's not going to work. It's just going to cause more problem. No, I'm just going to do the link again so that my brother won't have to scroll up and down before they find it. So here is the link again on Facebook, right? Here's the link again. I've just done the link again, the petition link. Please sign it. Don't sign it alone. Please share it. Share it. Don't share it 1 hour into the same group. They will get angry. Give it about 8 hours. Let's be reasonable. Let's be considerate, right? And then we will go from there. I want to thank you all for all you have done. You've been faithful. You've been there. You've done everything. And I want to thank Daddy, which I think I lost him. I think I lost him again. He came back not quite long ago, but I think I lost him. I think I'll let Daddy go and sleep. He's done a wonderful thing to me. This was something that was arranged impromptu. I was supposed to do a program at 10 o'clock last night, UK time or Nigerian time. And suddenly I get this one. I said, no, I can't do that one. I would rather go and sleep a little bit, wake up, and then come and do this one. And bingo, it's productive. Very productive. Very, very productive. And I love it. Guys, on Thursday at 6 p.m. Yorubaland time, because that's a good reference. Everybody know the time in Yorubaland. 6 p.m. Yorubaland time. There's going to be a conference, international conference. It doesn't matter where you watch it. It will be on all the agitators' platform. Yidara, David Hamilton, Crystal Para, Erelu Abikade, Crystal Heritage, David Hamilton, Odudua TV, Koiki Mayegun, Lady K, Tenny Omologo. No matter where you want to watch it, it will be there. Please, please, and please, and please, do me a favor. Make sure you watch it, because if you watch it, it will be something that will make a very big difference for us. I want to thank you all for tonight. Please sign the petition. I'm just going to have a last minute look at the petition. When you say that you want everybody to come under Yoruba Nation now, it can't work. I've seen too much. I know so much. I can see things under the umbrella. Let me just say Daddy, that's fine. Let me just tell him that's fine. Daddy, that's fine. That's fine. I'll finish with you, sir. That's fine. I can let you go, sir. I really appreciate you for that, sir. God bless you, sir. Good night. Okay. So, it is... No. Yoruba One Voice is collation of some. Some. It can't be all the groups. It can't be. Even Yoruba One Voice cannot be. Yoruba One Voice is bigger than Yoruba Nation now. You can say whatever you like. It depends on what you know. What you know is what you know. You understand? What you know is what you know. What I know is what I know. What you know, I don't know. What I know, you might not know. So don't let us say we want to put somebody under somebody. If you're under somebody, fine. If you're under somebody, fine. If you're not under somebody, fine. Don't bring a big one under a small one, or don't try and force a small one under another big one. It will not work. It's for the creation of our independent Yoruba One Voice, is for the creation of our Yoruba, is for creation of our independent Yoruba. Yes, all these people, even including Yoruba Nation Now movement, is for the creation of independent Yoruba Nation. It is. But don't let us say which one is Egbo, which one is Aburu. You know how it works now. Yoruba will fight for superiority, Egbo and Aburu now. So don't let us go there. Yoruba Now is the only answer. Yoruba Nation is the only answer. Yoruba Nation is the only answer. Especially when somebody has actually trademarked Yoruba Nation Now. The name belongs to somebody. Whether as a custodian, which can backfire, like it backfires in Australia, you need to look into history. If you forget history, we get into trouble. We've forgotten history. That is why we get in here. We get in here in the first case. We've forgotten history. We don't follow history. We don't. They took history out of our curriculum so that they can hammer us, so they can discipline us, and we didn't fight to bring it back. Please don't forget history. Bring history back into your life. Look at history. The person that designed the Aboriginal flag in Australia, trademark it. And nothing happened for about 20, 30 years. Yeah, 20 years or so. And then after 20 years, they want royalty. And it becomes a big problem. So I want to thank you. Let us guide against all eventualities. If we have guided against all this stupid Fulani coming to our land to take it, we were too generous. The generosity we had at that time is making a mess of our life. We don't want that to happen again. We have to be on our guard. Guys, I want to tell you how much I love you, how much I want to thank you for being part of this program tonight. Yes, I don't normally announce program. I don't do flyers. I don't do things like that. There's always a reason for that, because if I keep doing all those things, I will waste time and I waste people's time. Yes, tomorrow we have The Lost Kingdom coming up at 7 o'clock tomorrow, UK time. And on Thursday, we have this conference, international conference, coming up at 6 o'clock on Thursday. Tomorrow night as well, I will try and speak to some of this, my family, tomorrow, so that we can have some of them on this platform, so that we can iron things out. I don't know how viable that is going to be, but we're going to try and work out the modalities because I'm desperate to have them so that we can get this petition past the 2,000 mark. I'm desperate to get it. Tomorrow night, I want to get it past 2,000 mark. And if possible by Sunday, we want to get it to the 10,000 so that we can move to the next one. Guys, I love you all. If you have anything for me to support my station, my platform, the link is there. I have signed and spread it to friends. Thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate that. Let me just give you the final figure before we go. The final figure for tonight. Maybe we manage to crack 100 on top of it. Let's see. Maybe we crack 100. Samuel Anyolola, thank you very much. Timmy, thank you. I really appreciate that. Wasia now Comfort Oguyemi, Israel O. I love that name. Juliet Akman, Florence Austin, Kudirat Oshodi, Olalekan Badamosi, Animashaun, Dokas Adedokun, Toibat, Olaitan. I want to appreciate all of you for what you're doing because without you, I'm nobody. Without you, I'm nobody. We are about 6 short of 100 signature tonight. Just 6 short of 100. So if you're here, you haven't signed it, do me a favor, go there, sign it, be a gentleman or a gentle lady. Our gentleness make Buhari think we're full. Yes. So we need to stand up to some few things and say, no, that is not going to happen. And that's it. We need to stand up to that and say, this is wrong, this is wrong. Let's call a spade a spade. If anything is wrong, if I'm doing something wrong, like I always tell you, if you don't correct me, I will drive you into the ocean. Why is no good, Tony? But if I'm doing something, if you don't like it, and I like some of you, when I do something, they might not reprimand me openly, but they will text me to say, Mr. Thomas, I didn't like what you did there. Mr. Thomas, why will you get angry? You're not supposed to get angry. I said, oh, uncle, I'm sorry. Then we said, next time you come out, you have to apologize. That is why I come out the next day and say, I'm sorry, guys, for what I did yesterday. And if you do something good, I always appreciate you as well. And if you do it wrongly, I will reprimand you with love. Not to kill you, not to crucify you, but with love always. Guys, I love you all, and I will see you shortly. We should have to stop being gentle. Yes, we need to stop all that stupid gentility. If you're wrong, you're wrong. If you're right, you're right. If you're wrong and they try to correct you and you think you're too big for it, then we need to whoop your bum bum. You need to whoop your ass. Anyway, guys, I love you all, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye and good night. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa, ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ jùmọ̀ kọ orin ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Àwa ni Ògo Adúláwọ̀. Okay, I need to call Opeyemi as well. Thank you very much, Opeyemi. God bless you.